Hello everybody and welcome to Comet Sighted. This is Imperator Rome Dev Diary number 7 for the 9th of July of 2018. And today we are going to be talking about characters and traits. The characters in Imperator are deeply detailed and together with the pops and politics are part of what makes a vibrant living world. They have portraits that age gradually with lots of different ethnicities covering the world. There are 4 attributes that characters have. Martial represents a character's ability to fight and lead troops. Characters with high martial skills make excellent generals. Charisma is a character's ability to charm and persuade others. Zeal is a character's ability to inspire faith in other characters and also in calling upon the favor of the gods. Finesse represents a character's skill in disciplines requiring a high attention to detail. High finesse characters make excellent researchers and governors. For those of you that played the original Rome or the Crusader Kings II series, will not be surprised to hear that our characters have traits. Traits on a character can be gained or lost. Traits can be categorized into the following categories. Personality. These includes being brave or coward, cruel or merciful. These impact the character's attributes and stats directly, as well as ellipses and a big smiley face. Military. Usually a character has a maximum of one of those that may give a bonus or penalty. Health. Stressed, maimed, lunatic, etc. Not beneficial to the character in most cases. Status. Some exceptional traits that can be given for actions like Conqueror. Traits can also unlock a variety of unique event options, each tailored to specific traits in question. Those of you familiar with Crusader Kings II will be displeased to see the return of the lunatic trait. I personally love the lunatic trait in CK2, so I'm pleased, not displeased on that one. A character also has his or her personal wealth and 4 primary stats. Popularity. Popularity is a measure of how the people see the character. In Republics, high popularity characters are more likely to be elected leader of the Republic. However, even monarchies cannot ignore popular people. Loyalty. Loyalty is a measure of a character's loyalty to the state. Disloyal characters are more likely to cause problems to a ruler than a loyal one. However, even the most loyal of characters has their limits. Prominence. Prominence represents the fame of the character. Jobs and titles help bring characters to public attention. Corruption. Corruption is a measure of this character's willingness to engage in underhanded practices. Greed, bribery, and bending the rules come hand in hand with high corruption. Characters have parents, will be able to marry and get children, just as you would expect. They can also have friends and rivals. Characters can be given various roles. Besides being ruler of a country, they can also be assigned to govern a province, command an army, handle research, or be given a role in the government. Some countries allow women to be given offices and some do not. There are lots of different interactions you can do with and on your characters, including arranging marriages, bribe them, loan from them, or even sacrifice them if your religion so permits and desires. There will be a deep development diary on those later. Bal Hanid, province of East Sicily. So I'm going to give, yeah, I was about to say, judging by the name, I was going to say this guy's Carthaginian, and then I noticed culture, Carthaginian, right down here. So you can see we've got our primary stats, martial, charisma, finesse, and zeal. This guy's got no finesse. I don't remember if base was 2 or 3, but that looks pretty low. This one's got a little bit of red on it, so it's probably being negatively impacted by someone. I like the fact that just as for flavor's sake, the characters' portraits aren't like CK2, where you got your baby portrait, you got your adult portrait, you got your old man portrait or old woman portrait. There's just those steps. This one's it's just a nice gradual aging, which, you know, is just a quality. It's not even quality of life. It's just flavor kind of thing. I do have some concerns about this kind of half CK2 character trait kind of thing. I love CK2 in that the characters are what's important to the game. That is something that has always been really interesting for me, at least when I play Crusader Kings II. And this is pretty much copy and paste of how it works from Europa Universalis Rome, in that you have, you know, just those couple of traits in these characters. And playing in Rome, the characters seem so innocuous when I'm talking, when I say Rome, I'm talking about EU Rome, obviously. It was interesting because, like, you know, your characters have families, can get married, you know, have their stats and whatnot. But the problem with it is that when you're in, you know, an elected government, that character comes in, is there for a hot second of gameplay if you're playing in a downtime between wars or something like that, and then they're away, and then they're gone, and then they just, you know, they fade off into obscurity, or they might be given another you know, posting or something like that. But they just never seem that terribly important. You know, I don't have, full disclosure, I don't have a lot of experience in that game, but they just seemed so innocuous. They just seemed like they didn't really matter all that much. And I'm really hoping that there's aspects to Imperator Rome that are going to make the characters matter more than they did in EU Rome. Now, if you're talking about a monarchy, I'm sure it's going to be much more important. Especially if it's a hereditary kind of thing, it's not an elected thing. I expect it to, you know, matter way more. And I kind of do wish I had a character screen rather than just a... Maybe there will be ones later on. Maybe there will be ones, but I want a character screen, not just this little pop-up. I'm assuming there will be, because EU Rome did have a character screen where you could look at your... Well, they had a family tree screen. But I want to be able to see this information in more granular detail. I want to be able to hover over this stuff, because this itself is a pop-up. You can't... I don't think you can hover over a pop-up and get a pop-up within a pop-upception. I really do hope that information is somewhere in the game that you can suss it out, you can pick it out, and you can look at it. And I hope that the characters do matter. Other than that, there's not really much to say about this. You can see all the information right here. We've got our primary stats. You can see this guy's personal wealth. His traits are generous, forgiving, and arbitrary. But again, we can't hover over these, so we don't know exactly what they do. We can, you know, assume arbitrary. You know, just to pull the kind of information from CK2. Arbitrary, you know, was like minus what, 1 or 2 to all stats or something like that, and it unlocks certain events. You know, event trees. They did say that was going to be a thing, is that event trees based on stats are a thing in the game, which is nice. Forgiving, which means that if someone slights him, I would imagine he would be, you know, they'll be, you know, maybe there's a faster cooldown on personality debuffs or something like that. Generous, probably a bonus to happiness or negative, you know, to unrest reduction if he's a governor or something like that. Popularity, corruption. He's got very low prominence from, looks like prominence in the zeal, or the finesse are, not the zeal, the finesse are linked there. He's in the religious faction. We all know that there's factions in the game. He's a governor of province of East Sicily, and he has an increase to revolt risk. Maybe from his low prominence or his low finesse, because those are all red, so they're probably linked together in some way. But like I said, there's not much to do other than just speculate and hope that there is a character screen in the game. I really, really want a character screen. It's nice that the characters matter, though. I'm a little hesitant because of how it worked in EU Rome, but it's good that the characters will matter. And this is the picture I pulled off of Johan's Twitter. What I like about this one is that it's actually a few years into the game. What does it start in? 450? And now it's 467? Wait. Oh, right. I was about to say, why is it not counting up? Because this is not BCE. This is AUC. So, yes, of course it's going to be counting up. So you can see that looks like he's been playing as, is that Sparta? Sparta. I mean, it makes sense. Sparta's going to be a popular one. We all know Sparta's going to be a popular one. And he's taken over good parts of the very southern area in Greece. Let's see, what do we got here? He's a little bit older. Low martial, but huge charisma, and he's the governor. So I think charisma and finesse as a governor seems like they would be the good thing. Loving, jealous, and maimed, unfortunately. Very loyal, very popular, no crush. So this is a great character right here. It is a member of the civic faction. I'm still looking at this. I'm thinking this has something to do with research right here. Because you could, if you look really carefully, I mean, can we zoom in on this? If you look really carefully here, you can see that we've got a triangle and the sides and like the hypotenuse labeled. So I'm assuming this probably has something to do with like a bonus to research speed. I kind of like in CK2 where you can get a you know, but depending on buildings and characters and stuff like that, you can get a bonus to research and events. I'm assuming this is maybe the research is handed on a province level, and that's a bonus to, or maybe it's a flat number, how much research this province is producing, something like that. This is interesting right here. I wonder. This is something I haven't noticed before. Because I assumed that these were all just, interesting. Province of Hellas. We've got a city over here selected. Looks like it's Athens. There's no citizens. There are no citizens in it. We've got freemen, no barbarians or tribemen. I don't know. Tribes, I'm going to be calling them barbarians pretty much constantly, I think. And a lot of slaves. So it looks like maybe what happened, Sparta took over Athens. Turned all the citizens into slaves, or a good portion of them at least. Maybe this is filtering freemen. That could be it. This could be filtering, upgrade, because you can pay points to upgrade your freemen to citizens, if I remember correctly. Maybe that's what maybe that's a progress bar on doing that. That seems like it could be a thing. I like that. I mean, I just noticed that and decided that that's what it was. I don't know. I could be talking out of my butt. You all know that. I could be talking out of my butt. I'm just speculating. That's what we're here to do, is talk about this and speculate. Again, I really, really wish we had more detail on the characters. There's not much we can do about that until we have more information. We just gotta wait. I'm assuming that there is going to be a more in-depth character screen. There's gotta be. There absolutely has to be. To have traits in there, there's gotta be. It's gotta happen. Is there anything else interesting happening on the map here? Macedonia's attacking a bunch of people. Oh, wow. Look at that. Macedonia's took Constantinople. Although it's not Constantinople at this time. Rome's doing fine. Carthage is having some issue on Sardinia here. Corsica? Yeah, I was about to say, which one's which? Corsica and Sardinia. Just kind of looking around the map. Anything interesting happen? Not really. Not too much going on. Just a couple wars here and there. I'm really looking forward to figuring out how combat is going to play out in this game and more about pops. That's what I'm mostly interested in. Oh, and trade. Oh, and naval combat. Oh, there's so much I want to know, but we're only 7 weeks into Dev Diaries, so of course there's not. We're all just chomping at the bit for more information. But anywho, I'm going to leave this right here. Thank you for watching, everybody. I do hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you did, and hit the little bell notification button. That will ensure you get a little bloop when more of these videos go live. And I will see all of you next time.